Hi friends, today we're going to do my less than 10-minute writing exercise that will improve your writing by expanding your vocabulary. I've selected 3 words for us to play around with. We're going to use each one of these words in a sentence so we can better understand them by putting them into context. I will give you general definitions, but I've also included links below to Merriam-Webster's website where you can find the formal definitions and pronunciations. The 3 words I've selected today for us to play around with are dregs, plethora, and directive. Dregs, plethora, and directive. We're going to have a little fun with our writing and see what we come up with using each of these words in a sentence. Starting with dregs. And dregs is a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, and it means the most undesirable part. All right. She ran the liquid through a filter to remove the dregs. Okay. Imagine if someone runs something through a filter, they want to remove any part that's undesirable, and she wants to remove whatever she's filtering. Maybe she's making, who knows, maybe she's making coffee. But anyway, she's filtering out the undesirable parts. She's removing the dregs, the undesirable part of whatever is in this liquid. Anyway, let's move on to plethora. And plethora is also a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, and it means an abundance. All right. The market used to have a plethora of choices, but now there are few. Okay, so you can imagine whatever this market is, store or someplace that has a lot of choices for consumers, but now there's fewer choices. Let's move on to directive. And directive can either be an adjective, a word that describes, or it can also be, or it can be a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, and it means to guide. All right, we're going to first use directive as an adjective. They took directive measures to rectify the situation. So whatever they're trying to remedy or rectify, they took directive measures. We're describing the types of measures. These are measures to guide, directive measures. All right, let's use directive as a noun. Okay. She had the authority, and it was her directive to make the final decision. Okay, so it was her place to guide. So that's using directive as a noun. Anyway, 3 wonderful, interesting words: dregs, plethora, directive. If you're unfamiliar with these words, make them part of you so they're accessible to you when you write. If you enjoyed this writing exercise, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and happy writing.